Hey guys, welcome back to Demonata Month. Today we're going to be looking at Dark Calling, Darren Shan's penultimate book in the Demonata saga. If you don't know what Demonata Month is, check the link in the description, I've got a full explanation there. Now this is definitely the weirdest Demonata book out of all 10 of them. It's so different than all the other books. I say that about every single one of these, I swear. But this is completely off the rails. It doesn't feel like anything you have read before. It's pretty much a whole new genre. I can't say too much about the main plot though. This is a love it or hate it book. It's going to be one you have to read for yourself to know if you love it or hate it. Because I feel this will be quite a divisive book amongst the community. With that said, I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So this book once again follows Colonel Fleck. We haven't seen him since Demon Thief as a point of view character, so it's really nice finally seeing him again. He has definitely changed a lot since Demon Thief. He's a lot more cynical, he's a lot more grumpy, and he's not the same character he used to be then. Back then he was quite motivated, he was trying to do the right thing and like save his brother, but now he's been fighting demons for years with Barnabas. He's fed up, he's doing the same thing day out, he's killing demons, he's trying to save the world. He just doesn't care anymore. It's not like he's motivated, he's just doing his job, and he's just kind of fed up. And it's weird, because you kind of seen this transformation across the books from others' point of view. When you finally get to see it from Colonel's point of view, it is very, very weird. Like if you read Demon Thief and then immediately read this one after, you wouldn't recognise the character because he has changed so much. And this book kind of gives you like an insight into his head and why he's changed and why he acts the way he does. So this book does start around the same time of Wolf Island. It's slightly before the events of Death Shadow on the boat. So you get to see Colonel, Grubbs and Barnabas fighting demons, and you do get a recap of the plot so far. So you do find out Colonel's fate in this book. I'm not going to tell you whether it's at the end or not, you're going to have to read the book to find out, but what this book mainly follows is you get to see everything leading up to that point, and you also get a lot more context on things, because Colonel, he sees things that Beck and the other team members on the boat did not see. Because after they split up, Colonel's obviously doing his own thing, and he also sees lights, and one of the main mysteries in this is the new lights that he's been seeing. And you do actually get to see what these lights finally mean after being seen them for several books. It's finally revealed what they are. I really like that you got that finally told to you. And there's a lot of exposition in this book. So this book does really give some new context on things, because after Beck and the others split up on the boat, some things do happen to Colonel that you don't see from the other points of view. So it's really interesting seeing this, seeing what happens when he splits off from them, because they have no idea what's happening to him. And you give you some like more context on like the boat event as a whole, seeing it from a new perspective. And you also get to see more about what's going on when they're busy down under at the bottom of the ship. So one of the main mysteries in this book is what the lights are. They have been built up for several books. Not the main lights he sees, I mean the lights that he saw after he built some new eyes. He can't control these lights, and for several books he's been talking about them. You don't know what they are, no one knows what they are, but in this book you do finally get an answer. And I was really glad with how it was explained. It made a lot of sense, and it was also really enjoyable to read. So this is very, very different from the other books in a weird way. It's not like the other books where it feels like it's a different type of horror per book, but it's still a main plot. This definitely feels like you've just taken like a plot out of another story and put it in this. Now I don't mean that in a bad way, I just mean it's very weird. I did enjoy it though, it was a lot of fun to read about, and it was just unexpected, and I did enjoy it, but I do also get why some people might hate where the plot goes in this. It's nothing like you've seen before, and you won't be able to guess like at any point where the plot's going, because it just goes completely off in a weird direction, and that's pretty much all I can say about the main plot, unfortunately. I can't really give you any details about what happens, because obviously you've got the Death Shadow cliffhanger, and I can't tell you whether that's resolved at the end or not, and I can't really tell you about the events building up to that bit, because they are very important to the plot and quite spoilery. So just know I did enjoy this book. You might enjoy it, you might hate it, you're gonna have to read it yourself to find out. So this book has a lot of exposition. You learn about the entire history of the Demonata, the Demonata's world and our world, and like the whole history of this universe in our series. You get some answers to questions you didn't know you wanted to know the answer to. You get some answers to questions that you've had on your mind for several books. Everything gets explained to you in this book, and I feel like this was done because they didn't want any questions going into Hell's Heroes. It's just like one character talking to another, and he explains one thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. Now, I didn't particularly mind this, I thought it was enjoyable learning about it, but I see some people might hate it because it is just one character explaining everything, and it might come across as a bit too forced for some people. It might, like, some people might prefer it if it was a bit slower revealed, and explained through, like, not as obvious means as just sitting down and explaining the plot. So overall, I give this book a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed learning more about the history and that sort of thing. I also really enjoyed how weird and wacky the plot got. Now, I imagine some people will absolutely hate this because the plot goes in some weird directions and the exposition does come across as a tad heavy-handed. As I said, I personally don't mind this, but I imagine some people might really not enjoy it. However, if you have read the series this far, it's the second to last book. You have got to read this to understand what happened in Hell's Heroes, and the ending of this book is fantastic. It's very fast-paced, it's very exciting, and there were several moments where I was like, oh my god, that did not just happen. So So the ending of this book is brilliant. It gets you really, really hyped and excited for the next book. And I promise you, when you get to the end of this book, you're going to want to have a copy of Hell's Heroes on hand. You're going to finish this book, and you're going to think, oh my god, I need to read the next book right now. The ending is that good. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoy. I will see you next time for the final part of Demonata Month. Hell's Heroes, coming soon. Until then, this is JJ Goodman, over and out.